Hey there, besties. So I'm over on Twitter trying to see what's going on. It's almost 3 o'clock. The judge was supposed to come out at 1. It looks like he pushed it back to maybe 5 or so. It looks like Diddy's lawyers have sent an email, a request to the judge, obviously to say release our client now. It says Mr. Combs moves for release on appropriate conditions under the appropriate USC pending his sentencing proceedings. Given the jury's clear verdict acquitting Mr. Combs of the RICO conspiracy and ex-trafficking counts, continued detention of Mr. Combs is inappropriate. As these proceedings have demonstrated, and as we told the court from the outset of this case, Mr. Combs came to New York to surrender in order to defend against the government's charges because he was committed to showing his innocence. Docket 13 at 1. Since his arrest and detention on September 17th, so that's when he comes upon a year, Mr. Combs has obeyed the court, respected those proceedings, and demonstrated model behavior at the MDC. And today, the jury unambiguously rejected the government's allegations that Mr. Combs ran a years-long criminal enterprise or engaged in ex-trafficking, the core of the government's case. Mr. Combs stands convicted of 2 Mann Act counts, and his sentencing exposure is substantially lower than when the government initially sought detention. The court should release Mr. Combs on the proposed conditions. The proposed release conditions are the defense proposes a $1 million bond co-signed by Sean Combs, his mama, his sister, and the mother of his oldest daughter. Mr. Combs' travel will be restricted to the Southern District of Florida, Central District of California, and the Southern District of New York to attend court and meet with his counsel, as well as the Eastern District of New York or the District of New Jersey, only to the extent that his travel to and from New York involves an airport in those districts. Mr. Combs' passport surrendered to the pretrial services, DRUG testing as ordered by pretrial services, all other standard conditions of pretrial supervision. So this is what they're offering up to say he ain't going nowhere. He can't be stopped now because it's bad boy for life. So Cassie has released a statement. She files opposition to the release of Sean Diddy Combs, citing the mandatory, the mandatory post-conviction detention for the charges. Through her lawyer, Douglas Wigdor, we write as counsel for Cassandra Ventura to respectfully request that the court deny Mr. Combs to be released pending his sentencing on his 2 convictions under the USC reference. Pursuant to the Bail Reform Act, detention is mandatory post-conviction on these charges, and Ms. Ventura believes that Mr. Combs is likely to pose a danger to the victims who testified in this case, including herself, as well as to the community. We thank the court for its time and attention to this matter. So in other words, she gonna come through, do what she did all those years ago, fake like she's upset about it all these years later. It's not right, it's not fair. Help convict him, get however much money she got from him, and nothing is ever enough. He's been found guilty on 2 charges. She's still acting like she was in danger. Child, you wasn't worried about it from the time that you left and married Alex Fine, whatever his name is, up until last damn year. Now all of a sudden the man got to stay in jail. This is the same old crap, different biatch. And she got the money. It ain't enough. She testified against him. It ain't enough. And now she wants to tell the judge, I'm going to tell you to keep him in jail because now she don't feel safe. That man wasn't worried about you, think about you when he was making that baby with that Asian looking lady. Wasn't worried about you when he was over there messing around with Koresha. And like I said before, allegedly, that's her daggone problem and how all this got started. Not to mention the fact that she wasn't living large the way she is now off his money, mind you. Now she wants to dictate every daggone thing. Child, you can't make this shit up. But like I said about the colors, who gonna support? The colors is gonna support. Take a look at this. So I'm sure you all have been seeing this foolishness with you Black people outside of the courtroom acting like complete and utter idiots as per usual. Then all of a sudden someone says you're acting like one and y'all be all up in your feelings calling everything daggone racist. So they's covering themselves in baby oil, acting a fool. And this is supposed to do what now? And this is supposed to do what now? This is all for Diddy. Like I said during my live stream, you never have to worry about colored's non-support of Diddy. Diddy gonna be fine. Now, what these people are gonna be, I don't know. I know one is a blogger here on YouTube, the man, Armand, if I'm not mistaken. And It's just the normal foolishness, outrageous behavior. And I know someone will say, you can't come out the culture. That's the culture. That ain't my culture. You can have it. That ain't my culture. You can have it. This is the same mess that happened with R. Kelly. We all know that R. Kelly has his issues. We knew he had issues for years. Everybody tried to fake act like they was all outraged. Women was going down there to see him. Women was dying to get around him during the trial, after the trial, before the trial. And today, he would not have a shortage of women. Just like Diddy, after all this, after everything has been exposed, after everything that's been shown, after all this fake outrage, colors will still support him, will still watch him, will still talk about whatever the heck it is that he's doing. And if he can make a daggone record, CD, child, whatever the hell they call it, a stream, colors is going to support it. Because they're very good at spending money and standing on nothing for the most part. If it don't apply, let it fly. If you're mad, that's on you. But I'm just trying to understand why any of this is necessary. Always needing some daggone attention, good, bad, or indifferent, but usually bad. And then think that this mess is cute, y'all. Anyway, I have no empathy or no sympathy. Good luck to Diddy on getting out. That's enough. I don't know why all these theatrics need to happen, but you know how it goes. Everybody sees it. I don't know why people even get upset at it. Anyway, so it looks like Diddy's kids was outside or somewhere around the courtroom celebrating, of course. You know, people gonna hate on that, but what the heck did you expect to happen? So, child, I don't know which one any of these people are, but the girl is the girlfriend of one of them. And in my mind, it's like when you get this, meaning someone who is of status and has money or whatever, that was the goal. Like, y'all can miss me with the bullshit. She wasn't there because she was looking for her average Joe Schmo. She came up on whichever one this is. She with him. She there to celebrate. She getting all the perks of everything. And then all of a sudden, when stuff don't go the way that they wanted to, she could just as easily turn around and do anything and everything, just like what Cassie just did. Now with this ex-trafficking, if he has taken her across state lines and they went on vacation and had X, technically at the time, whenever that happens, she can go ahead and say, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tell them that you did such and such to me and I'm gonna take you to court. This has opened up a can of worms, y'all. This has definitely opened up a can of worms. Good luck to him now. And that's just the famous people. I'm thinking about the regular smegulars who gonna have to deal with this mess. I really think that women don't be thinking stuff through. I'm not saying that people shouldn't be held accountable. I'm not saying that men don't do things wrong, but you can't just be doing the most just because somebody don't want to be with you anymore. It doesn't make sense, or they've moved on. That's what most of this shit is about. Not particularly this, even though I think that's a part of this, but just in general, women, you got to figure out how to handle your fucking emotions and know to move the fuck on. This is ridiculous, but I'll be following to see when Diddy is released, if he's released, child.
We do not care.